There are, in fact, generational differences with respect to information and processing strategies that people would use to support multitasking.
I have to have a million things going on, or like I don't know what to do with myself, because I guess that's just how my brain works.
The millennial generation is more adept at monitoring multiple sources of information. It would not be unusual, though, to see individual differences even across millennials.
When I think of multitasking, it's more making sure that each project that I'm running gets an equal amount of attention and they're each kind of strong in their own way.
I don't ever just do one thing. Multitasking is having something constantly going.
I think some students prefer to pay attention to 2 or 3 sources or channels of information, whereas some believe that they can pay attention to maybe 6 or 7.
When I'm eating dinner, I'm on my computer. I have dinner to go. I'll take it to the computer labs with me. When I'm taking a shower, I bring my notebook in with me.
Well, the generation that's hiring these students mostly includes reflective people who grew up with different technologies, who develop different information and critical thinking strategies, and so they're looking for people who can be as reflective as they are.
I think it's important for people to be able to find skills that they can use on multiple different tasks, but I'll tell you, most of the time I prefer that they not do more than 1 or 2 tasks at the same time.
People in the current generation who are extremely good at monitoring information would be very strong in jobs where they have to monitor for change, they have to shift through large amounts of information and look for critical details.
While I was interning this past summer at Mullen, I had a bunch of different projects that I was supposed to work on.
There are times where 2 things might be due at almost the same time, so you have to jump back and forth from one to the other.
One of the biggest places I multitask is probably class.
While these students might be texting, and while the older generation might think, oh, they're not paying attention to me, that those students are actually just very strong at dividing their attention and selecting and switching attentional strategies. So they may be dividing their attention while allocating some attention to the professor and then kind of re-emphasizing as their needs dictate.
Definitely between phone, Gmail, the Google Calendar, GChat. If I'm working on a project, I usually have that open too.
One of the reasons why students are now doing these kinds of things in the classroom, because the information is coming from us dinosaurs in ways that would be slow relative to the ways that they're used to getting information.
I want to get things done. I'm just sitting there, so I'm constantly thinking, okay, I need to email this person, this person, this person.
They need to take these micro breaks where they're soliciting and collecting information from the world around them so they can then maintain a level of intrinsic motivation that allows them to stay focused.
I have 3-9 and I am multitasking all the time.
There's a lot going on.
It's just like a natural instinct.
The question there is, can they really do it all?
We've sort of learned how to manage.
Don't feel right when I'm not doing multiple things at one time.
So when I was a child, for example, my mom never could understand how I could study with the TV on in the background. She didn't understand that really we needed the TV on to tune it out, or we could do both at the same time. You know, the students in my class, myself, we didn't have a problem with that. And so it really is a very open question whether this is a new issue or whether the issue is just simply being reframed by more modern technologies.